So kind of similar to last year, I kind of had a like not really a reflection, but it was more like a what how my year was going from like the beginning up till September. I think is when I put out the video. This time is going to be an actual year reflection. I think it's very beneficial uh, for well, first of all, the reason why I'm making this, and more importantly, it's I guess I don't know content. Uh, so let's start off with I guess the time frame or the time frame. So it's called timeline. Let's start off with the timeline. Well, it's all right. You know, like I had my first job this year. Went pretty well, and it was working in a field that it's not a normal job. It's like it's literally facilitating adults with disabilities. So it was a fun learning experience, and honestly, I had a great time developing like skills that I need to know like if I'm gonna work in my field, which is the social service worker field. I'm trying to think of highlights. Really, I mean, big good year for music, fantastic year for music. Blew last year out of the water with music. Um, so like I want to keep those things separate. Um, just trying to think like even like this. I can't believe this year's almost over. So I'm trying to think of like what happened this year over the summer. Aside from my job, the job was great. Then I guess. Oh yeah, I this year will be iconic for a couple reasons. One of the main reasons is the first week like the week I had to prepare myself for the second year of college, which I still remember the last day or yeah, like the Sunday night very fondly. Well, not fondly, very viv or very um like I remember mostly what happened. So I had to take a course before I even, or well, like to prepare my, or in order to pass my program, I had to take a course. It was a 1 day program. That was fine. And after I went to that program, I started feeling sick afterwards. And this is a Saturday. And then here it is Sunday. Here comes Sunday. Sunday, I'm playing video games. I don't remember what the hell I was playing. I was talking with my like my not my main friend group, but like my I guess gaming friend group, and yeah, like we were all just like, yeah, no man, like I'm ready for college tomorrow, or actually no, like I said, like I'm ready for college tomorrow, but I'm not like prepared, and so it turns out I got a fever, and it's a pretty high fever. And I've already had COVID once. I've had COVID before the pandemic even started. So here I am with COVID, not knowing that I have COVID yet. So it's just a very bad fever. And then I'm told that I gotta let my professors know because I'm not coming. I'm not going in tomorrow. Here I am tomorrow. Here it is tomorrow. Take a COVID test. I'm positive. I have friggin' COVID. Um, the first day of college, and I have COVID. So I had to message my professor, or I had to email my professors. I mean, they're saying, well, yeah, like if you miss college and you have COVID, we're not faulting you of that. Things happen. And I missed my entire first week of college because I had COVID. And doing assignments in the next week without like or no, sorry, I had to do an assignment that was due on I think Monday. Yeah, I had an assignment due on Monday already, which was a reflection of whatever we learned in that class. And I have the notes on my laptop and everything, but when you're sick and you're trying to work, it does not go well. I ended up freaking with a surprisingly a 50 on the assignment, which was just a reflection, but still. Um, so that was that. College. This was a very positive experience because this is the first year I get to be in person. College is not, it's not as complicated as high school, or well, no, like you think that it would be just from navigating classes. It's not, especially because I also attended I volunteered for open house, so I already knew where everything was. I already knew where my classrooms were. Not open house, orientation. I volunteered for orientation, so I already knew where my classes were. Aside from a couple times, I forget which class is on which floor. It wasn't that complicated. Um, I kind of developed a friend group within the first year. I met people that were friendly. We were nice. We had to work on some assignments together, and then this year, like I actually have a friend group now, which is great. Like I literally, it's the best in terms of like I would never have expect. This is what I wanted in high school, and this is not. I felt like I couldn't bring myself to accept people wanting to be friends with me, but this time, I don't know, it's probably just growing over the maturity of having my first job and everything. It's just accepting things kind of came naturally now, so it's like nothing's awkward. I'm friends with some really great people. They help me out with college. I help them with personal stuff, and it's great. Um, I'm not allowed to discuss the main event that happened this year yet, but if it keeps going the same way it's going, I probably will, and I don't care anymore. It will be unfiltered, uncensored. I am tired of staying silent on this situation as a whole. I'm it pisses me off that I'm not allowed to say it just yet, but we will probably begin there. You'll probably have to wait till next year. However, I will say, even though it has been a negative impact on my mental health, it has been a positive impact on what I want to do for my next music projects, albums or EPs even. Yes, that's right, EPs. And yeah. So on top of that, there was also obviously field placement. Now, field placement has been great. I love it there. It's when I worked over at the place that I did over the summer, I was actually thinking about having another field placement there, and I thought that I might even consider trying to get a job there. I like my field placement. I just loved my field placement even more. Supervisor was great. Everything was just fantastic. Aside from a couple communication issues, everything else has been a very positive experience, and I've kind of developed where I want to look towards in terms of futures and career, or my future career. I most likely will try to I'll do the best I can. I would like to have a job at my where I'm doing my field placement. Now, the main reason why I mentioned field placement is because it's also had another impact on me. I feel like since now I have to basically model or be a leader, I feel like now it's time to get my comfort zone primarily in general is staying very closed. Now, considering that I made stuff back last year, I can't believe that all that stuff came out last year. In terms of like sharing personal stuff and whatever, I feel like that was the first sign that I think I'm ready. But now I feel like I'm genuinely ready. From being a leader has really encouraged me to basically go full out with this YouTube channel. I'm going to try to stay direct. I'm going to try to be the motivational person that I want to be. Or that I've kind of toyed with now and there, but here we go. So, I guess that leads us really to the music. Hopefully next year, I'm gonna try to be essentially an influencer. Now, there's a lot of misconceptions and cons about this because it's well, what, you're gonna just encourage people to buy stuff and you're going to encourage people to be like you. No, not really. I mean, it's just what I've kind of set forth to and to look for is to create a positive environment, a safe environment for everybody just to like hang out, like. And I've looked towards different, I guess you could say, YouTubers, I look towards many different content creators, and I have a feeling like I think I know what I want to do to extend this whole, I guess, community in the way that I want it to be, like, because essentially a lot of my content was just very closed, very introverted, very I it was very one-sided. I think that's the best way to put it. My content was very one-sided. I was making things for either certain people to want to watch or for me to just watch it. And I don't want to do that anymore. Now I want to actually go full out. I want to bring everything together and connect everything together out to, I guess, what is it? You make a brand? I guess I'm making a brand, but I also have more brands. So it's like a brand within brands, like, I don't know, like, I guess copy like what record companies do and what, I don't know, but I guess, what's the word? Like corporations, not corporations, more like record companies, especially independent record companies. For the sake of like BOSF, which is, I think I finally decide. I think if I've tried to come up with something that goes with BOSF, so what I've came up with is beautiful oneself fulfillment. I don't know if that makes sense. That's what I want BOSF to stand for, and it's finding the, I don't know. It's finding the your own essence, like your own, like feeling good about yourself from your accomplishments, and that's kind of what I'm going for with that. And I guess in terms of music, well, we still have our second album from Lucas from Afar. I finally come up with a name. I don't know if I'll change it, but it's I Wish I Could Escape From Here. That's what it's called. And it is the sequel to Power of Influence, but the Power of Influence, the problem with those two albums are they're made around the same time I created, or yeah, they're made around this. I basically did create a double album, and then I just changed it into two albums. So it's the same album, but the problem with the names of the tracks of the first album and the names of the tracks for the second album will be confusing, even though they're supposed to represent the same thing, which I guess brings me to what time we're looking at 13 minutes. Yeah, let's just break this up into another video. But yeah, in terms of end of the year, worse than last year. However, I've kind of reached the stage of acceptance, so I think that I'll be more positive between the end of this year into next year. That's kind of like, that was the goal, or that was my goal, to just accept, like, what you can't change, what happens. But then from this year, it's it's like hanging on by a thread between like what I can do or when what I can't, and when I should take actions in my own hands. And yeah, I cannot wait to tell you that whole story eventually. It's gonna be a really fun time. That's it. Bye.